Hi, my name is Brianna and I'm a tutor here with Chegg, and I would like to talk to you all today about beyond the organism, populations, communities, and ecosystems. If you have any questions for me after this video, please use the link next to me, chegg.com, so that you can go to my dashboard and I can help you out. So what do I mean by beyond the organism? So if we're looking at different breakoffs of biology, because biology is a study of all living things, we have kind of like a pyramid system. For the smallest branch would be an organism, and then it's slowly going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the reason why we have that is because sometimes all you want to study is just that one organism in that species. But sometimes you want to look at a bigger picture. So if I am looking at this coral reef area, and usually when you're studying ecosystems or anything similar, you're going to be looking at a coral reef area because there's so much life that happens around there, and it's a great place to study. So if I am looking at, let me get a pen, so say I want to study the species of this specific fish, and I am just looking at him. This is my one organism. And so if I only wanted to study him and see how this fish lives and what his life looks like, then I would just study the organism. But usually you're going to want a bigger picture if you want to see how a species lives. Because think of humans. I'm not just like you. My life is different than yours. So if I was studying humans in a specific population, like in, say, my neighborhood, we'll look at more than just one person because life is always different. So same for fish. If I want to know for this species, I would look at every single one of these fish. They blend in well to the coral reef. And so all of these would be a part of my population now. The population would be all of the organisms of one species. So all of the organisms of one species in one location at the same time. So since all of these fish are at the coral reef at the exact same time, then I can study them. But say they're brothers at home, he's not a part of my test subjects because I want to see how they're reacting to life at the coral reef at this same time for just this population of this species. Make sense? Okay, say I want to broaden my scope, and now I want to see how populations interact with other populations. So here's another population of fish, and here's one organism, another organism, all of these coral reefs are a population. So if I want to see how all these populations interact with each other, this will be my community. So it's the populations of different species at the same location at the same time and how they interact with each other. So that's what this is allowing me to look at, which is pretty darn cool, right? And it allows me to see how all of them interact and behaviors that change and all of those things. But I'm just looking at this one coral reef and for this community. Now, if I want to broaden it and look at this community, but also see how it's interacting with the fact it's in the ocean, and if the ocean temperature is changing and all of those things, then I would be studying the ecosystem. So this entire picture is of the ecosystem because it has the non-living things as well, like the sand on the floor down here, and the rocks, the ocean. All of those are a part of the physical location of where all of these things are at this given time. And this allows me to study the ecosystem if I'm looking at all of these parts at the same time. So pretty darn cool to be able to see how every single thing interacts with each other in the world. And that's what this allows you to do, to see how all of it's interacting and different behaviors and all of those things. And if you're interested in studying this, I would suggest going into ecology. Okay, that's all I have for you. If you have more questions for me, please let me know and I would love to help you. Have a great semester.